This is the story of my best friend Sarah. Her smile is affectionate and her love is generous. Her eyes shine bright like diamonds in the sky. But Sarah is legally blind. With the help of her special glasses, she could see a little bit through her right eye, but her left eye is totally blind. Besides vision damage, Sarah has also lost the ability to smell and taste. The cause of Sarah's disability was due to a severe brain injury. On January 25th, 2003, Sarah was on a road trip with her sister Lisa and their boyfriends at the time. She was in the passenger seat of a very old standard car. Although she had her seatbelt on, it was malfunctioned. A gentleman in his 70s from the opposite lane lost control of his car and swung onto their lane, hitting the passenger side that she was on. Lisa's boyfriend, who sat behind Sarah, did not have his seatbelt on. He projected onto her, made her seatbelt snap into half, and she went headfirst onto the windshield and sank into a coma right away. When the paramedics arrived at the scene of the crash, they immediately measured her glaucoma scale and found that she was nearly brain dead. She was immediately airlifted to Sunnybrook Hospital. The doctor gave Sarah a 10% chance of survival. Her brain was bleeding like a firework exploding in her head. Her liver got split into half. Her stomach was traumatized, and her lungs had collapsed. The doctor left her belly open for 3 days in case they had to operate repeatedly. The diagnosis was really bad. She could die at any time. The priest had her last rite read to her. Sarah's parents, Evelyn and David, was incredibly devastated. Not only they had Sarah in the ICU, Lisa was also taken to NICU with a serious injury, and on top of that, their son Anthony collapsed in the emergency room after having learned the severity of his sister's condition. On that tragic day, they had all three children in the hospital. They were given a room in the basement of the hospital because Sarah could pass at any time. One night in the hospital, Evelyn was in the bathroom. All of a sudden, the window started to shake violently by the wind. She had a feeling of banshee, which in Irish is a sign of death. David saw that the door was also shaking, and at the same time his pager went off saying Sarah's brain pressure had gone off the chart and she was about to die. They ran towards Sarah while begging God not to take her.
I remember the moment I saw the white light. I was floating up to the cloud and met Jesus, arm in arm, hand in hand, laughing, giggling. I remember him pushing me away, shaking his head, mouthing no. And I looked at him, mouthing, why, why? He shook his head, and all of a sudden, in the sky, bright, beautiful and breathtaking, God's face appeared. All of a sudden everything went dark, and that's when they set me back.
This was when Sarah's parents reached her, touched her arm, and her brain pressure went down to normal. Evelyn herself also experienced something supernatural. In her brokenness, she said to God that she would never believe him again. And then she saw the faces of their deceived loved ones around Sarah's bed, and she felt that God was there with them as well. Sarah eventually woke up from a 6-week coma. The doctor told her parents that she would become a vegetable and all she could ever do was drool and blink. Evelyn and David said to the doctor, "You do not know our daughter. We are going to try anything and everything to help her." Slowly and gradually, Sarah started to react to the stimuli in her environment. The first response was when her parents played Josh Groban's song and she gave 2 thumbs up to his voice. Her first interaction was when she heard her mom said how much she loves her and Sarah lipped the word, "I love you." Her first spoken word was when she heard her mom's voice over the phone when she asked, "Sarah, do you know who this is?" Sarah, do you know who this is?
Of course, Mom. I recognize your voice anywhere.
There were so many such firsts in her journey to recovery, it was like a baby being born all over again. After coming home, Sarah's rehab had just begun. Her brain was so traumatized that she had no memory of the first 7 years post injury. Her parents had to label every furniture and household items to help Sarah relearn the names of everything because everything looked like a stick to her. They used to flip through every page of a Sears catalog to help her understand the function of various items. And over the years, she had gone through tons of physio, cognitive, and speech therapy. Even though she completely amazed her doctors by being able to walk and speak again, the quality of her life up to today is still heavily impacted by her sensory impairment, 24/7 vertigo, severe bowel dysfunction, and severe insomnia. Her disabilities were so agonizing and tormenting, she had thought about suicide for so many times.
I remember looking out the window, asking God, why didn't you take me on that day? And Don't Give Up by Josh Groban came on the radio. I dropped my knees and said to God, I'll never give up.
Don't give up. It's just the weight of the world. When your heart's heavy, I will lift it for you. Don't give up, because you want to be heard. If silence keeps you, I will break it for you.